Howdy YouTube, Ducky here, and it feels like it's been a while since I've been with you because I haven't done one of these style reviews or vlogs or whatevers for a little while. Recently I've been focusing more on sort of the higher quality vlogs and stuff. I had a lot of fun making those, and it sort of changed the way I feel about doing some YouTube videos here. But I kind of want to get back in the swing of doing the simpler things in tandem with doing the more complicated things. I do want to get my my channel direction, I guess, just a little bit more tightened up. But yeah, so I have a new camera that I'm using. I'm still not totally sure how to use it properly, so we'll see how this goes. So the first review I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover the Mattel Master Chief figure at long last. I've intended on doing this one for a while. There's not enough light hitting it there. Yeah, so let's get them out of the box and we'll check them out. I built that review station thingy. I have no idea how it's going to work. I actually haven't done any test footage on that yet. So first thing, I'm going to just break them out here, just have a little chat with you guys. I'm pretty excited about this figure line. I was never a big fan of the McFarlane toys. I just thought they were not really all that great, to be just perfectly honest. He's bound in there pretty good. I should have. This knife is not quite sharp enough for this, so I'm just like prying little tabs out. So, first impressions are he's a little bit bland looking. He looks just a little flat. It's okay. We'll see how it ends up looking in the end. But yeah, his green looks a little bit flatter than I feel like Master Chief should be. So the quality feels okay. Doesn't feel quite as nice as Mattel WWE figures. That's one of the lines I'm more used to collecting. But cool looking figure. So yeah, we'll get him on the review station. Check him out. Get him all armored up. He has all these separate armor pieces, which I'm sure if anyone's watching this review, you're probably familiar with some of these. Yeah. He looks okay. So yeah, we'll get him on the review station and see how he looks. Alright YouTube, this is the Mattel Halo 5 Master Chief figure. Let's get this son of a bitch built. Where to start? Alright, this is the piece that I found to be the most annoying on Spartan Lock is this thigh piece. So look where the pegs are. Is there a trick? Is there a trick I'm missing? I don't have to do this on camera, I could have had this guy put together ahead of time and just like pretend like everything's hunky-dory. There we go. This is ridiculous. I really hate this. I'm just trying to put these things on. Like I said earlier, like I could have just tried to do this. I could have done this ahead of time and acted like it was no big deal, but it's a little bit of a struggle. I don't get it. I'm almost embarrassed enough by it where it's like maybe I won't put this in, even though that was kind of the point. These feet things, just unnecessary. Stupid. Alright, there, at long last. Probably way more effort than it took the average person. Maybe I'm just a buffoon, but those pieces don't go on very easily. They have weird snaps and the pegs are in awkward spots where it's kind of like tough to actually see where they are, where the holes are. Yeah. So with the armor on, I think it's a pretty solid looking figure, especially for the price point. On my display, on this camera, he actually looks a little bit nicer than he does in person. Like, he looks a little more drab in person, I feel, than he ends up looking on the display. And there almost seems to be, maybe because of my lighting, almost a glossy effect that isn't really there. I mean, it's kind of there. You see some of these armor plates have like some sparkles going on. There you go. So, I mean, you know, standard, at this point, what we expect out of a 6-inch figure. You know, well, way more than 90 degrees, which is great. On the knee, ankle rocker, which is great. It seems to rock in a slightly weird direction. All right, this fucking ass piece, this like spinal piece. Now, I understand I could be handling this maybe a little more gently. It just barely frictions in. I mean, it could be just mine. It's very likely just mine, or very likely just a function of me being a little bit of a brute, but just, it's like, it just takes the slightest amount of pressure to get that thing to pop off, and it's just annoying. No waist rotation. It's got a diaphragm thing. You get a little bit of that, a little bit back, which is fine. Doesn't lean forward really all that much. Arms come out, you know, more than 90, which is great. Single jointed elbow. I don't know. Yeah, the butt piece is staying off. Yeah, this is like the super not professional review, and this is why I stick to more of the vlog style review. So there you go. That's what it does. But yeah, this is, sorry everybody. You get a little bit of a rock out of him, which is good. It actually does make him a little more expressive. His head doesn't lean forward. Yeah, it just seems to be on a single ball joint. That's what it feels like in there. That's more than enough. Diaphragm I covered, no waist. Knees are great. Ankle rotation due to the kind of the rocker, slotted, pivoty dealy. Great. Not a terrible figure. Actually, you know, I like the figure overall. I just think it would have been nicer had we. I think, yeah, it would have been nicer had we just had molded armor. It's a novel idea. Obviously, the intent is to add playability, which is fine. I don't know. As an adult collector, that doesn't really do anything for me. Balances quite nicely. I feel like he's very capable of getting some dynamic poses. I mean, you know, without really trying. Like, and you can get him in weird positions. If you can get him in weird positions, that means you can get him in good poses. Pretty much, right? So, I mean, I think I fiddled around with him enough. You know, looks fine. Here he is, next to a standard Marvel Legends, more or less. Yeah, they're pretty close. You know, I wouldn't argue with anybody one way or another. Daredevil looks a smidge taller in person. I think it's cooler than McFarlane. Speaking of which, so this is side by side with the McFarlane. Obviously, the first thing you're gonna notice is the size difference. McFarlane's, you know, whatever, in a 5-inch scale, whatever they do, and the Mattel's a 6-inch. Yeah, the McFarlane does little to nothing for me. I definitely think the Mattel figures are better figures. They're slightly more intended for kids, obviously, but the size will display better. The guy's just kind of bleh. Like, he looks like a... Alright, so you know when you get chicken wings, often there's like one like disgusting, like gangly looking one, and it's like the last one, and you don't really want to eat it. That's what this figure looks like. So the McFarlane figure looks like a gangly, gross chicken wing you don't want to finish. The gun looks pretty good. Even more paint than I would expect. And the energy sword he comes with also looks pretty dope. So dig that. I do wish they applied a little bit of something like a wash, not a dry brush, because, like, you know, they'll go a little crazy on dry brushing and washes sometimes. He just needed a little bit of a wash to get more of this to pop. Like, he's got a lot of molded in detail. Let me get him next to Spartan Locke. Alright, so here he is next to Spartan Locke. Man, these figures just look better on camera than they do in person. They're fine figures. I recommend them. Okay, so long story short, I recommend them if you're a Halo fan. If you're just looking to collect a toy, nah, I don't know. Halo fan, yes. Just a toy, yeah. Mattel did a good job. Unless you're going to get a Play Arts figure, he's a nice stand-in on your shelf. All right, guys, well, thanks for checking out the review. I know it was a little bit haphazard. It's not my normal style. I'm just trying new things and just kind of screwing around, having fun. I'm gonna I might even redo this whole thing, but we'll see how this goes. Thanks for checking out the video. Bye.